It's my fantasy football show. You should watch it. All right, let's do this. Last one of the Why, hello and welcome back to all of my friends, my fans, and fellow FTFLers to the longest weekly running episodic fantasy football show out there. That's right, boys and girls. It is time once again for the FTFL weekly update. And I am not only the host of this award-winning show, not only the two-time FTFL League champion, but I am also the owner of the Hulkamaniacs and one super duper excited Green Bay Packers fan. That's right, Brett Sieber in the house, Jordan Love represent. Woo! Can't wait for tomorrow. Can't wait. Speaking of waiting, of course, well, actually, you know what? Let's get to that in a moment. Swart is the new king of the FTFL. Now, maybe he'll have a crown. Maybe he'll have a scepter. Maybe he'll have one of those long, flowy king-type robes. But one thing, if Ryan Deesum has his way about it, Swart won't have is the championship title. Because as Deesum pointed out, and accurately pointed out, might I add, Adam Swart was never a fan of the championship title. And never a fan. Adam Swart said it was dumb. Said it was stupid. So Ryan has offered to hold the title belt in abeyance until a new champion is crowned. Now, I know for some of you who teach math in a small town in central Minnesota, that word has probably got you doing just circles. Not entirely sure what it means. So if by chance that is you, abeyance is a state of temporary disuse or suspension and or the position of being without or of waiting for an owner or claimant. Meaning, Adam Swart, Deesum, I think, will be showing up at the draft, taking the title and walking out of there. I don't know if you've seen Ryan Deesum, but I'm not entirely sure any of us are going to be able to stop him if he wants to do that. So, yeah, there's that. Now, Adam did win the title. Matt, third place. I tell you what, Matt, you need to build on this. I believe in you. I was really pulling for you this year, really from the early parts of the season. I hope we could get this done maybe next year. Now, once we've covered the games, I have something new this year. The all FTFL team. Yeah, we have all pro teams. Everyone throws out. I have the all FTFL team. First time ever, I will announce who those players are, as well as tie this whole thing up with reminding us all of some of the huge missteps and blunders throughout the year, the cringy nominations. And on that list, I'll just go ahead and give you a spoiler right now, is none other than the Reaper himself. Why? Oh, I don't know, because he's a sucker and he took a piece of paper when he had me at, in the graveyard. And he continues to try to come after me. But really, is that what ultimately he should be focused on at this point in time? Because the way I see it, he isn't even doing what he set out to do in the first place, which is properly and or accurately predict the FTFL season. So, you know what? I'm just going to sit right here and wait until that man gets here. And I guess,
Brett! I've come for you!
You know what? It appears the Reaper's here. You know what? I'm so glad you're here. Reaper. I suppose you're here for my soul, yeah?
You owe me one!
I owe you. You know what? I owe you a soul. I know you're upset. I fooled you in the graveyard. That's all fine and well. But Reaper, here's the one, I think, small flaw in this whole thing. Maybe you shouldn't be worried about me. Maybe you should be worried about yourself.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? Oh, I don't know, because last year you picked Sid Hagen to win it all, and then what happened? Eric won. This year you picked Adam Saltmarsh to win it all, and then what happened? Yeah, that didn't. Adam Swart won. So for 2 years running, you've been just all the graveyard. And what? What have we got to show for it?
You're right.
Yeah. Well.
I'm pathetic.
Oh, what a change of heart. Huh. I see you're taking a seat.
My father. He creates such anger in me.
Your father?
He told me all I had to do was Get the FTFL right. I can take over the family business.
Wait. The family business.
I can't do anything right.
Okay. They're there, Reaper. They're there. So the family. Wait. Your father, the Grim Reaper?
Well, yeah. Where do you think I get the name from?
Should you have even been? Oh gosh. Oh.
What?
Look, stop. Just don't.
Sorry.
So, you know what?
Such a disappointment.
Well, but you know what? I feel for you. I kind of like your vibe. I like how you go. I really think the soul thing maybe is a bit much at times, but you know what?
I tried to please my father.
Well, it appears that you're. You know what? I'm gonna go through the games. Why don't you just sit here and see if maybe this helps a little bit?
I feel better already.
Okay, all right. Well, here we go. The FTFL championship game was the Radioactive Monkeys coming in 11-4, taking on the Southbound Pachyderms at 10-5.
Damn it, monkeys! Oh, sorry, came out.
Just keep breathing, take deep breaths. If you're the Radioactive Monkeys, this season was all about Jalen Hurts and the Eagles until it wasn't. That team just imploded down the stretch. If you're the Adam Swart, this season was all about you quitting and then winning, which was ridiculous, and more on that later. CeeDee Lamb, my good God. After the bye, CeeDee Lamb tore it up, 30.5 points. Devontae, 26.5 in a timely game for him. 20 points for Baker Mayfield. I didn't even tell you the score. 110-70. Not even close. Not even close.
Damn it, Salty. Somebody tried trading for CeeDee Lamb earlier, but couldn't get him.
No. Well, but I'm just trying to figure out how you missed this so badly. It was a 40-point spread on that one.
Well, you kept telling me he's got Tyreek Hill. How is he going to lose? He's got Tyreek Hill.
You know what?
And he kept
You know what? That is a solid point you make, Reaper. Adam Swart had Cook and Kamara combined for 5.5. Kenneth Walker III on the bench, 11.5. Didn't really matter.
He was on the bench?
Yeah, on the bench. Yes, on the bench. Hurts had 20 points. Moody had 10 points. That's right. Moody got to start here. 5 players at 6 or below. Lamar, 46. Did Salty pick up Lamar to be a keeper? I don't know. I mean, obviously it was insurance. 46 on the bench. Still wouldn't have gotten it done. Adam Saltmar, second place. If you're listening to Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're last. And so better luck next year. The third place game pitted Team Dickweed against the Arctic. You okay? You're breathing heavy.
I'm just trying to recover. I'm doing better.
Real growly and stuff.
I am.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you're all right. The Architect stole this one, 81 to John, 7.5. Both these teams had some real promise at different points in the season. I was hoping that maybe this would be the Fantasy Bowl because, wow, what a change that would have been. 81 points for Matt, 70.5 for John. If you're Matt, Kyron Williams. What a surprise, that dude. The Rams, who gave up on Cam Akers and didn't really seem interested in running the football until all of a sudden they were. Kyron at 25, Buffalo's defense 16, CJ Stroud, 10 points, welcome back. George Kittle, 1.5, best year of his last 3 this year for George Kittle. Didn't seem overly flashy, but Reaper, I don't know. I mean, it seemed to me like it was a down year for tight ends.
I don't know. I feel like it was pretty decent. I mean, just because Kelsey was down, a lot of other tight ends stepped up.
I mean, sure, Trey McBride had a decent season, but I mean, I don't...
Kittle, Laporta.
We're going to talk about Laporta here in a little bit. Jerome Ford, 25, DJ Moore, 20.5, Tua, 16, and Taylor, 12.5, all on the bench. 74 points for... Again, Matt's team is loaded. Who will he keep? Who will he trade away?
I did get word how disappointed he was.
Yeah?
Losing to Salty.
Well,
I think he had some injuries in that game.
Yeah, there was.
And a missed field goal.
Yes. Yeah, the field goal they didn't attempt. I don't
understand.
understand.
Yes, that's what it was.
I don't understand what happened there. If you're John...
No trust in Tucker, I guess.
Well, speaking of field goal kickers, Harrison Butker, 24 points of John's 70.5. Brock Purdy, 16. Joe Mixon, 12. 45 points for John on the bench. Fourth place. I don't even know what you get for fourth place. Not money. The AOK trophy, the pyramid goes to third. You know what? Here, I've got this trophy that someone tried to give to me after they stole it from me. This might be the fourth place trophy. We'll give that to you, John.
The Keenan injury really killed this team.
You know what? Wow, yeah, it totally did. Herbert and Keenan Allen, I mean, they were absolutely on a tear until they weren't. And so, yeah, that pretty much wraps up the game. Now, this year, there were some amazing players in the FTFL, players that carried teams almost all the way, players that carried teams well. And actually, if I look at the players that I listed, one player was on the winning team. We mentioned that last week. I think of the top 30 players, Salty had 4, Swart had 0. That maybe changes after this last week in CD Land, but here we go. First time ever, the all FTFL team.
Oh, I love to hear this.
Quarterback, it's got to be Jalen Hurts. I mean, his season definitely petered off. Petered off towards the end, but that dude, Salty was 10-1 or 10-2 at one point because of Jalen Hurts, and all of those stupid ass tush-push 1-yard touchdown plays. Reaper, if you could harness your powers to eliminate one thing from the earth, how about the tush-push?
Jalen Hurts?
No, not Jalen. Jesus, no. Not Jalen Hurts. No.
Oh, sorry. I was just following my father. Did you hear that?
Yes, I understand, but I think that's where maybe we need to move away
Sorry,
from
Jalen Hurts. I didn't mean that.
Wow. Running backs, 2 of them, Run CMC and Kyron Williams. By the way, Kyron Williams missed 4 games and still was the 4th best running back in the league. That dude was a stud. Of course, Run CMC, he was for Peter. Peter's team was loaded.
That team didn't even make the playoffs.
Didn't even make the playoffs. Good God. The receivers out of this set, CeeDee Lamb. By the way, CeeDee Lamb in the first weeks, 1 through 6, had 81 points. Sorry, no, I take that back. He averaged 8+ points in weeks 1 through 6. Weeks 8 through 17, he averaged 19+.
Where did that come from?
Holy crap. Just out. I mean, and really, that's probably what propelled Swart to the championship. The other receiver, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, what did that get him?
Yeah, hey, you know what? Not always does the people that end up on this team ended up winning the title, but Tyreek Hill was an absolute monster this year. My God. And to think someone traded him away. I don't understand what Sid was thinking.
I guess I'm last, just like Salty.
Well, if you're not first, you're last. That's right. The tight end. You're going to love this one too, Reaper, I think. Sam Laporta was the FTFL tight end of the year. I mean, that kid was an all-out stud. And oh, by the way, spoiler alert, getting into some of the cringy nominations, had he played in the playoffs, he could have helped Hagen's team win and go on to the semifinals. Instead, we left our best players on the bench.
Let's win the war, not the battle. There's more than one season to worry about here.
I don't know, man. Titles are forever. And so a rookie keeper is cute and all, and it's nice if you got one, but that dude was game-changing, which is why he's the FTFL's tight end.
I think America is still tied for second for most titles.
We're not talking about who has the most titles. Quit interrupting. The kicker of the FTFL Olive team, Brandon Aubrey. He averaged 11 points on the season.
Another America kicker.
Missed 1 field goal and 2 extra points all season. This kid was a rookie who came from.
Did he miss week 18?
What was it? Was he Australian? He was a soccer player. I'm pretty sure he was a soccer player.
When did he miss a field goal?
You know what? He missed a field goal.
It must have been week 18.
Maybe.
He was perfect till I played him.
He was amazing.
Or America.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Was that just like a weird?
Freudian.
Okay, all right. Huh,
I envy him sometimes.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. Just to pause as I'm looking around here, I happen to notice. Now, you wouldn't know anything about this, would you?
What? Me? What? No, I don't know what that is. I have this.
You've never seen this before in your life?
Just when it's... No, that was Trump. That saw that. Not me.
Okay.
Getting my video
appearances
mixed up.
Let's forget that I... Okay, anyways, the defense of the all FTFL team, the Cowboys, they averaged 10+. There were 3 Cowboys teams or players on this team. Sad, though, for the Cowboys, they have to lose tomorrow to the Green Bay Packers. However, they... You just think of something funny over there? Stop touching me. I'm afraid of after you threaten Jalen Hurts and God. That concludes the first ever all FTFL team. Oh, I didn't even do the stud the dud. I mean, we should have done that after the week. Stud of the week. Oh gosh, CeeDee Lamb, 30.5 points. Stud of the week, Diggs, 4 points. By the way, 3 weeks since 4 weeks ago. In the last month of the season, Stephon Diggs averaged 3 points a game. That dude is a fantasy all-star. And when Salty needed him the most, when Jalen Hurts was jumping ship, Stephon Diggs said, hold up, is there room for me? And he got out of there too. That didn't add up to a whole lot of great stuff for Adam Saltmarsh.
How did the Bills get the 2 seed with that production?
I don't know. A lot of weird things happened in that game. Speaking of weird things happening, before we remind everyone when the draft is next year, Cringy Award nominees. Now, of course, we renamed this award a couple years ago for Peter Cringy, who in his first season showed up on the list 4 times. Last year was on the list 3 times, and I believe he won the Cringy last year.
2 times this year, right?
At least twice this year. I've got it here. First, I'll start off with the honorable mention. Honorable mention is Swart for giving up and continually congratulating people on their victory over him, and because he's a traitorous snake.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Uh-huh. Yeah, there I was in the hot tub doing my annual holiday thing. And, oh, lo and behold, you knew where I was.
Depends on your point of view.
My point of view. Yeah, I think we've covered, though, that maybe, again, we need to worry less about me and we need to focus more.
He's a dear friend.
Wait. I've got an idea. Let me finish this, and then I'll share with you. All right, so here we go. Number 10 on the Cringy nominee, John drafting Darnell Washington ahead of Pat Freiermuth. Now, neither of these guys were fantasy stalwarts this year. Freiermuth finished 28th in tight end scoring. Do you want to take a gander as to where Darnell Washington scored?
The numbers go that low?
You'd be surprised, my friend. You'd be surprised. If Freiermuth was a 28th tight end, what was Darnell Washington?
112th.
That's actually not super far away. He was 87th. 87th with 3.5 points on the season.
Did he get a start?
He did. He got 2 starts.
That was almost as many fantasy points as he got on the year.
That was number 10. Number 9, Andy's 6-game losing streak within the season, which basically took him out of the playoffs and put him in. Speaking of Andy, once again, we look forward to that tasty pizza at the draft. It's going to be awesome. By the way, the draft at Egan, Swartz House, I'll say it at the end too. Andy, lots of pizza options. We'll start sending you ideas here.
Wasn't that team ranked to win the whole thing in the beginning of the year?
Yes, they were out the chute, one of the front runners. Number 8, I started Patrick Taylor. Now, I caught a lot of flack for starting Patrick Taylor, the Packers' 3rd-string running back. But why did I do it? Oh, exactly. I did it because I'm a respectful league owner. And I, when seeing a deficit, don't want to give anyone a competitive advantage. So instead of paying the $5, I paid $1 to pick up a player, even though I was already out of the playoffs. Some people can't even handle that, Peter. Oh, speaking of Peter, you're up coming here soon.
I envy you for that, by the way.
Yes, thank you. Number 7, I started Higgins over Isaiah Pacheco back in week 4. You're all like, why does that matter? Higgins fractured ribs, was out, got 0 points. Pacheco scored 21.5. That week, I played against Jeff Markser. We were both 0-3. Would that have been the turning point? Could that have turned this whole thing around? And instead, no, I had to watch Mana, 4-time, Lucky Pants, breaking and entering, title thieving, riding that horseshoe train all the way until the gas ran out, champ Mana have the season that he did, while I went on to have a terrible, historically bad season.
That's right, suck it. America beat you.
You know what? Number 6 on the list, the Reaper for being a coward.
I'm here, aren't I?
Well, you know what? You are here, but clearly a shell of yourself. Anyways, number 5, Peter starting. You know what? I'm sorry. That was a low blow. I apologize.
Okay.
Anyways, all right. Peter, number 5, starting Brandon Ayuk when he wasn't playing. Peter at number 4, not starting CMC when he was playing. I just.
Not a playoff appearance.
Right. It's like, I can't make that up. You got one guy in there when he's not, another guy when he should be in there. I mean, whoever doesn't play Christian McCaffrey. Holy crap. All right, number 3. Oh, Sid not starting Sam Laporta in the playoffs.
He's a rookie keeper.
In the playoffs, you play your best players. That's how this goes. End of story.
Isaiah likely had a good week.
He did. But even those 10 points that he scored with Laporta,
Good memory.
with Laporta, you could have subbed him out instead for Garrett Wilson. You played a third receiver, you could have played a second tight end, and you would have made up the difference in that game. Right.
America would have made up the difference.
Right. My Freudian slip this time. Number 2. Peter mortgaging the future for a 7-7 season where he missed the playoffs. He doesn't have a first round pick. He doesn't have a second round pick. I don't know what Peter's going to do. He gave up a lot. I mean, his team was stacked. He probably should have made the playoffs, if not made some noise in the playoffs.
I wonder why he didn't make the playoffs.
Right. Well, check week whatever that was with Ayuk, and the other week whenever it was with, and actually,
how about week 13 against Kramerica?
Well, it's funny. I mentioned Kramerica here and Sid not starting the. I mean, really, the number 3 should have just been Sid's strategy for the entire season. This 4-dimensional chess that was being played. That was
the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, okay. And number 1, I don't like saying this, but it's probably the definition of the cringy. Although the cringy is different than the decent. Decent was lack of knowledge to run a successful football team. Cringy was more of like an individual blunder. But number 1, Eric and I both finishing 3-11, tied for. Actually, no. I believe 2-10-1 was the worst record in league history. Yes, not me. Ha ha! But Eric, of course, was the worst team because I beat Eric and we had the same record. So, Eric, suck it. That's right. Suck it. And, Eric, you will have the chance to do just that on August 24th at... You know what? Okay, maybe that wasn't my best transition of the season. It's late in the season. We're winding this down. I've already got ice fishing brain. I'm ready to go. Come on, Winter, you big puss. What the hell? Show up and stay. Don't just dabble the toes. Why don't you give it to us? That's right. Give it to us. I'm ready to take it. That also didn't sound right. Okay, you know what? Anyways, Saturday, August 24th at Swartz House will be the draft. I've already been told that Markser is too scared to show up. I, for one, plan on being there. I don't know what Markser's deal is. But anyways...
How many people are going to forget that day between now and then?
Too many. Sadly, Reaper, too many. And with that, we wind up the 2023 FTFL season, the 8th season of the FTFL Weekly Update. I have goosebumps just talking about it. What a roller coaster this year was. I mean, you and I, we had quite the dance this season, Reaper. And I think, Reaper, just, what do you think about this? Come here.
Yes.
I knew you'd like that.
I'll make you feel proud, Dad.
That's right, folks. And you all make me feel proud for just joining me each and every week. I look forward to seeing you all hopefully in the coming weeks at Mark's for ice fishing. But until next season, peace.
I gotcha. That's right. You can't run from me anymore. What? What? Oh my God!
That's gonna be the greatest outtake ever.
You're gonna play the outtakes at the end. Do a little beef and be like,
oh my gosh. The very end of the season. We'll throw that clip in there. I gotcha. What? Oh, I ripped it back and you're like, what the hell? Did I pull it off? Alright, you ready?
here we go.
I gotcha. You can't go any further. That's right. Oh.
There you go, again, another outtake.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What up,